Hello, welcome back to Table Space. My name is Dylan, and this is Table Space, your place for all things tabletop gaming. Uh, Trudging forward with this kit bash. You can see I've got most of it green stuff sculpted and done. It's kind of hard to tell on camera from the pictures I've taken, but you can't really tell all the layers of flesh and fur patches and things that I have, especially on the back, and maybe you can see it on the back here. So now we're going to go ahead and start the process of running these little jewelry chains. These are 1mm jewelry chain through, and just kind of making it look like this stone chair is chained down to the Terrorgeist. And I wanted to make a video, and I know it's kind of the opposite of what I'm doing here, but just want to talk about keeping things simple. And again, I know this kit bash definitely doesn't look simple. It's definitely the most complicated thing I've had to do so far. But believe it or not, when you take a complex project like this and you just break it down into some simple steps, you'd be surprised at what you can achieve. And definitely with miniature painting, I've noticed that. Case in point, I know most people who are in the hobby of miniature painting play Warhammer, and from what I've seen in my local community, a lot of the folk here will use Citadel paints. And personally, I prefer not to use Citadel paints. For one, they're kind of expensive. I don't like the way the paint is in the little pot. I much prefer, like Vallejo or Pro Caro with the dropper bottles. You just have so much more control. Really, I feel like Vallejo, you have the most control. The Pro Krill bottles, in case you're wondering, it's so, just the way the bottle is, it's like a screw top, and when you unscrew it, paint just wants to ooze out, and it just makes a mess. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point of what I'm trying to get at here. With the Citadel paints, oftentimes what I see, especially whenever they're marketing some models and they're showing you everything they used to paint it with, I just find that they use so many different paints, and then you spending your money on these on all these paint pots that you don't necessarily need, when you can get so much of it done with just a couple of paints. And it's true. As someone who doesn't use Citadel paints, and I've kind of had to mix and match my paints and get the colors that I wanted, I had to figure out ways to mix paint and get it to work how I wanted to. And you'd be surprised how much variations in color you can get with just a few paints. And there's a lot to be said about life in general too. I feel like we as human beings, we try to, maybe not try, but we tend to overcomplicate a lot of things. And if we just take a step back and break it down to its fundamental level, there's a lot that we can achieve and, get good effects and have fun doing it too. Let's see, I wonder if that's going to stick. Maybe not. It's just kind of fun using magnets to get these chains to move where I want them to. I may have to cut some more off. We'll see. Maybe that'll hold. Let's put another drop of glue there and see what happens. Let's see. So, again, a project as big like this, what I do is I break it down into some fundamental levels. So I knew I had to get this guy mounted on the back of this Terrorgeist. So I started with the idea of how would this thing sit, and then I just started putting the chair on the back. I had to cut some of these little spines off, but just putting the chair on the back, just seeing how it would fit, planning out how to cut it, and then I just took it one step at a time. And with hobby sessions, especially whenever I don't really feel like painting, or I'm stressing myself out with all the commissions that I have, if I can go in to my room back here to paint with some kind of goal in mind. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could literally, most of the time, is let me just paint for 15 minutes. That it makes a world of difference, because what happens is I'll start painting for 15 minutes, and then usually 15, 30 minutes into me painting, I'll start to get into a flow state, and I'm good. After that, I'm good to go. I'll just keep painting and having fun, and just kind of forgetting all the stress that I had just a few moments before. And more often than not, when I tell myself, "Oh, I'll just paint for 15 minutes," it's just a way to get me in here and painting without really thinking about painting. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I don't know. It works every single time. Let's see. I'm gonna grab a stronger magnet. I'll try to have a bigger pull on this little chain down here. Let's see if it'll work. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, best advice I can give to someone starting this hobby, or just to someone in general that's struggling with learning something new, just keep things simple. Just start somewhere, and hopefully I can be an example for you guys with this YouTube channel, because I'm definitely have all of those emotions: nervous, what am I doing? No one's listening to this. Why am I wasting my time? But I'm just kind of killing those inner demons and just enjoying the process and just having fun, and just see where this thing takes me. And so far, it's been fun. I've usually struggled with coming up with content to talk about, and I'm not going to say I'm there. Like, I'm still, struggling to talk about, finding content to talk about, and keeping it interesting. And to be honest, if you guys think this is interesting, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. And if there's some topics you want me to talk about, please comment and let me know. But it's been fun to just explore, just see what happens and have fun with this, and keeping it simple. I have ideas for making some cool videos, maybe even doing like some essay style videos where I have to, put in a lot of time and research and editing and stuff. I'd love to do all that stuff. But right now I'm just kind of fitting in what works best for my workflow. And right now, with me working full time, me taking care of my little kids, it's just easiest for me if I can just make some videos and me just kind of talking about life, talking about whatever's in my mind while I'm working on stuff. And like I said in the first video, one thing that I would do to get me to paint would be I would try to find a podcast to listen to, or YouTube essays, whether it be video game related topics or D&D related topics or painting, anything in general, just something to listen to keep my mind off of things and just kind of drown out noise and help me get into that flow state. And then I finally just had this idea pop into my head. Well, how about instead of finding videos, what if you just start talking to the camera and you kind of make your own content and stream of conscious? And that's what I've been doing. And it's been fun. And I don't know what else to say other than that. It's been fun. I hope those of you out there listening and watching that I'm able to give you something to think about, either something new or just a different way to think about anything in general. And I look forward to continuing this journey and seeing where we all end up. So, I hope everyone out there is doing well. If there's something that you're struggling with, just keep going. It's going to get better before you know it. And life has a funny way of giving us exactly what we need when we need it. We aren't able to see the full reason and why until much later. The universe is just weird like that, I guess. But happy to be back to it. I hope everyone had a good weekend. And if you guys are in the United States, and you've got Labor Day coming up, let me know what your plans are. Are you going to be getting some gaming in, some hobbying in, or just hanging out with family and friends? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Anyway, guys, take care. Peace out.